Hey guys, Nicola here from Body and Life by Nicola. Today is video blog number 3, and I'm going to be discussing how to properly read a nutrition label. So I went ahead and I grabbed what was closest when I opened up my cabinet, and that was this delicious stuff, PB2. Can you see it? Can you see it? Okay. This is a great alternative to peanut butter. People who work out a lot for some reason tend to love, peanut butter and almond butter. It's just a common trend that I've, noticed with all the bodybuilders, I've ever come across. So in order to prevent us from waking up in the middle of the night and just digging into those peanut butter jars, this powdered stuff was created. Thank the peanut butter gods above. So go ahead. We're going to turn this around and we have a nutrition label. So 1 serving of PB2 would be 2 tablespoons. Or if you're anal retentive like me, I make sure to measure everything out to the gram. So 2 tablespoons is actually considered 12 grams of PB2. In the 12 grams of PB2, there's also, it's 45 calories, there's 1.5 grams of fat, 5 grams of carbs, and 5 grams of protein. So what happens here, if you're not measuring out your items, whether it's PB2 or cereal, even, liquid stuff like milk and stuff like that, you can potentially be going over, what an actual serving size is. So if we go back to nutrition facts, it says that there are 15 servings in this entire jar. So how many calories are this in an entire jar? You would take the 15 servings and multiply that by 45. And that's like, who knows, I don't know, 600 calories in this entire jar. So now if you're let's say you're making some protein pancakes, which are my favorite, you want to add some PB2 into those. That's great because they give it that extra flavor. So, but you're not measuring it to the gram and you're just scooping out with, a regular spoon from your drawer, your silverware drawer. You can potentially be going over your 2 tablespoons worth or 12 grams worth. And now, let's say, for example, you have added 4 tablespoons or 6 tablespoons. Now you're doubling or tripling your calories. You're doubling and tripling your fat intake. You're doubling and tripling your carb intake. And you're doubling and tripling your protein intake. And if you're I'm not necessarily on a strict diet plan right now, but I have a certain macronutrient ratio, high protein, moderate carb, moderate fat intake, moderate to low fat intake, to help prevent muscle loss and to build new muscle fiber and stuff like that. So you say the 12 grams of the PB2 is 45 calories, and now let's say you're adding 4 tablespoons. Now that's 2 servings. That's now 90 calories. That's now 3 grams of fat. That's now 10 grams of carbs and 10 grams of protein. And depending on what your calorie requirements are and what your macronutrient requirements are for the day, you can potentially be going over that without even knowing it because you're thinking you're doing a good thing. This especially holds true for you cereal freaks in the morning. Most cereals range anywhere from 3/4 of a cup to 1.5 cups is a serving, and most these days are like 100 calories. But if you're filling that cereal bowl up to the rim, you could potentially be giving yourself 2 or 3 servings, so now you went from 100 calories to 300 calories without even knowing it. Lastly, and most importantly, you also want to look at the ingredient list under the nutrition label. You want that to be as simple, short, and sweet as possible. This says roasted peanuts, sugar, and salt. So and I'm capable of reading all of those. When you're getting into words that say hydrochloric acid, hydrogenated soybean oil, and stuff like that, and all those different scientific ingredients, now you are going into processed foods, preservatives. I'm not saying I live a 100% preservative-free lifestyle, but I try to limit that as much as possible. So just be aware. Always look at nutrition labels before throwing stuff into your shopping cart at the store, and the ingredient list. And you should be good. And that's pretty much it for how to read a nutrition label. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Please feel free to post to my wall or inbox me, or however it is you want to get in touch with me. Okay, thanks.